Hello, astrology lovers. I'm here to share with you a service I'm offering about traveling on your birthday to wind up a good spot that gives you a better year. It's called the solar return chart. And what happens is every year the sun comes back around to where it was, returns to where it was in the zodiac on the day you were born. And you get a chart that's starts at that moment in time. And that chart lasts for a whole year. So from one birthday to the next. And the cool thing about the solar return chart is you can manipulate it to suit you. Whereas your birth chart is done, it's fixed, and you had no say over where you were born, perhaps. You just were wherever your mother was. Uh, but with the solar return chart, we get to choose uh, our setting, if you will, or the tone of the year. And basically, it's a way to tweak the universe into giving you more favorable kind of year. So what we're going to do is take a look. Cynthia's here, and she's going to be our sample. Hi, Cynthia.
Hello.
We're gonna pull up her chart, and so I'm going to show you a solar return chart, and you can see what exactly that looks like. And then I'll show you how we play around with it to get what we want. So I'm going to go over here to Cynthia's chart. Let me go back to sharing the screen with you all. Just a moment. Here we go. On, go. Here it comes. Okay. So there is Cynthia's natal chart. And what we do, and this is, of course, you have to have the right software to do this. And I don't expect everyone to have the software, but um, what we do is we select a solar return, and we'll just say she's going to be in Miami because that's where she lives. Well, actually, you're in Melrose now, aren't you?
Yes.
So we'll just say she's going to be in Melrose next time at her next solar return, which is, as you can see, is October 12th. So if Cynthia stays in Melrose for her birthday, this is the chart that she has for that year. And what's important about this chart is to see what houses the planets are in and also see who the rising sign is and what its ruling planet is doing. So we see Saturn over here, and Saturn's kind of having a nice time with Mars. That's pretty nice. Saturn is also kind of, it's called an inconjunct, which is a really an uncomfortable relationship. So we see an uncomfortable relationship between Saturn and Venus, Saturn and the moon, Saturn and Mercury. So you're thinking, well, gee, I don't know if I want that feature to be the primary focus for this year. What happens if I go somewhere else? And so we can do that. And so what happens is we pull up a handy little map, or I do. I'll pull this up for you, and it shows you where you can move. So she doesn't have a lot of options moving east because she's on the edge of the continent. But if she moved, say she came to Texas for her birthday, well, she's still Capricorn rising, but it's getting less and less. So if she moved all the way to New Mexico for her birthday, well, she's got a new rising sign, which means she has a new ruling planet. Now, the Saturn business with the moon and Venus and Mercury is still there, but it's not the dominant feature of this chart. The dominant feature of this chart involves Jupiter. And so we take a look at Jupiter over here, and we see how Jupiter's doing. And of course, I have to go back to I have to go back to Cynthia's chart and set that up. I have to edit it and do a whole bunch of fancy astrological stuff to get it where I want it. Let's stop the share for a second so you can see me. But yeah, that's what we do. So um, I would have a consultation with Cynthia just for 5 or 10 minutes and say, well, Cynthia, how do you feel about going to New Mexico or Arizona or California, basically anywhere
I've been
west of
wanting to go
Texas?
to Sedona, so I'll go for my birthday.
There you go. So
There you
so
go.
that's exactly how this works. It doesn't take long for me to take a look and for you to decide, oh, that sounds better in Sedona. Yeah, we talk about it, we go over it. Sometimes you only need to go a few miles. Like for me, I'm going to Louisiana, which is just 300 miles away, for my birthday coming up this year. Sometimes you need to go to Europe. Sometimes you need to go to Asia. Sometimes, depending on where you are and what your chart looks like and what is happening in that chart at that time, I'm going to give you some options on where to go to have a, I say, a better year. Now, if you've got stage 4 terminal cancer, it's not going to make that go away. If you have a terrible job and you're not willing to walk away from that, I can't help you, right? There's some things in life that are set, but within the setting of your life, you have options, you have wiggle room, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about tweaking the system ever so as much as we can. Let's put it that way. We tweak the system to as much as we can to give ourselves a more favorable experience. So that's the new service. If you're interested in having your chart done for real, I'm going to offer a special discount, of course, for the first 10 people that sign up. So I'll put that in the notes down below. But yeah, if you're in the school community and you're interested in having this for you and your next birthday, thinking about where you might want to be, uh, give me a shout. And great. See you then. I'm going to stop recording and we'll see you. Um, where's the recording? Sorry about that.